This is the next lacrosse superstar, and he's only 15 years old.
One word to describe that young George.
This is George Caldroney, one of the most famous prospects we've seen in recent years. You've probably seen this clip, or even this one. Some prospects are referring to him as the next Michael Sowers. Oh, and he's doing all this at the famous IMG Academy, the nicest high school in America, with a full golf course, 8 basketball courts, over 16 fields, 65 tennis courts, mine gym, and one of the nicest high school weight rooms in the country. But where is George committing?
On September 1st, George Caldroney will be committing to
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I wasn't ready for that.
No, you're good.
George is in the shower. Pre-made bacon in the bag. Not as
Good morning. How we doing?
What was it like growing up in the Caldroney household?
It's always been competitive, I feel like, between me and my brother. We're always going against each other, whether it be like lacrosse, like shooting on them, or football, basketball, like whatever sport we're playing, we're always being competitive with each other, and I feel like that's a big part of our family. We're always competitive.
You guys usually wake up at 6:30 every day?
No.
What time usually?
7.
7.
Pops, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Getting ready for work.
There we go.
How do I flip it again?
What was it like growing up with Big George?
He was a freak. He just did everything.
Really?
Yeah, I remember we were in the backyard once, and I had like my sneakers on, and he shot it, and he broke my toe when I was in like 4th grade.
Here we go, look at that.
Those are nice.
Bye, Mitchell. Hug you. Have a good day.
Thank you guys, have a great day.
What was George like as a kid?
George, as a kid, even before he was born, he would not stay still.
He was all over the place, climbing up walls, trees, and a lot of falling down, a lot of don't tell mom moments.
Anytime it was time to line up in class, George would weave his way through all the other kids, hurdle tables, hurdle chairs, just to get in the front of the line. I mean, he was 5 years old, and so he's kind of been doing that ever since. Yeah.
We grew up in Brooklyn, concrete jungle. So fence behind the house, I'm going over the fence at 2 years old. Skate park, he's trying to go like up and down ramps at 2 years old on a skateboard, just wrecking himself. A story I always tell is he was like 3 years old and we were at this Nellie Bly. It's in Coney Island, New York. So he's going around in a shrine and he's like this. Gets off and he's like, that was the best time I've ever had, can I do it again? So that's like George in a nutshell.
George is a 15-year-old sophomore, and you might think, oh, that's pretty normal. Not in the sport of lacrosse.
How does it feel for you to be your age and your grade?
I think it's good to be younger,
Yeah.
because then you can't, then no one can say like, oh, you're a reclass.
We did this last year with Dylan, and he was a 17-year-old sophomore. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty, what are you doing, bro? It's pretty crazy, bro.
What about this year for the squad? How are we looking?
We're looking good. We're gonna go, what, how many games do we have? Like 16 and now, we're gonna go 16
16
and
and
now.
0?
I see it ending with a national championship on the world's biggest stage. But do they have the resources? Here at IMG, there's every reason to succeed, and their lacrosse team this year is no joke.
Peace out, we're going to school. See you in like 2 hours.
George came in as a camper about 3 years ago here at IMG Academy, and we noticed his special talent right off the bat. Just looking at his talent and what he brought to the table, we knew it could be a great fit for the things that we like to do here at IMG and the way we play, and it's a great thing to kind of see what he can do, and we're really excited to continue to see his growth, and again, he kind of has it, so you know he's going to make all the people around him better, and that really makes him a special player that way.
Why did you decide to go to IMG Academy for high school?
They're the best at developing kids from a young age to a senior. I feel like practicing every day, you know, the coaching staff, facilities, best in the country, you know, you get that nowhere else. Everyone's trying to strive to be the best, so I feel like that's why I chose IMG. What up, guys? This is the Performance Center at IMG. You know, this is where we work out, get down and dirty.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Take a look in front of us. 40 racks for every sport to really get active in here. What's this place like with the lacrosse team?
It definitely gets rowdy, you know. Before every lift, we all get pretty crazy.
Okay.
And then these lifts are always pretty powerful, you know.
Yeah.
all the guys getting together in one place.
Really got everything active here, and I thought this place is an environment I want to be. And if I'm a high schooler trying to play Division I, like this is a spot where I want to be. Post-workout, we're getting our gains with the protein shakes and everything like that.
Yeah, after every workout, you can get a shake or a bar, whatever you want.
Yeah, what's your go-to post-workout?
Probably just a chocolate shake.
Chocolate shake?
Yeah.
Elite. Then coming down the racks, right? You have the logos, you have the signage on the walls and everything. Like, what's your favorite part of the rack?
You can do any exercise you want, like any exercise you could ever think of.
Yeah.
So this is the workout right here. When you click on it, you can change like the weight you did, and then like when you're done with the set, you just click the check mark, and that's how you track your workout. That's like one of the cool things we have at IMG. It's pretty cool.
Dope.
It's like this guy hasn't been here for 3 years. George, you got different weights on. Keeps me on my toes, I'll tell you that. It keeps me on my toes.
So here at IMG with, getting extra work and trying to become great like Georgie, what does it take? You obviously worked with a ton of athletes.
It takes a lot of commitment to their own time management. George does a great job making sure he's in the classroom, but also getting that extra work in here when it's sufficient. Going into a strong season coming up, we want to make sure from this perspective, hips are moving well, shoulders are moving well, and that sport skill is going to be most important.
How does George differentiate himself from other athletes you've seen?
George is a very twitchy athlete. Strength only goes so far in the game of lacrosse. So George is able to harness how quick he can move. With a couple years now gaining some really solid strength foundation, he's gotten a lot taller, he's gotten a lot wider, and part of that is just his dedication to this craft in here.
Yeah. Wow. All right, that's pretty good. All right, here we are, level 2.
Yeah,
that's where it gets going.
Right up the stairs.
Let's say like Coach Basso or Scotty Rogers or Marasco, they're in this weight room. Are any of those guys touching the second floor cardio stations?
Definitely not.
We got the stair climber rowing machine over here. We got the bikes. We got the Woodway treadmill. We got one of our very own, number 15. How did you feel about Clark James? Would you give Coach Basso the word for him to make the team?
Of course Clark could be on the team.
Oh, T. Gross.
First day on the job. I think I might have made the team off that clip.
We're here in the Mind Gym. This is another resource of how these guys succeed, right? Like to be on these boards, to get reaction time better, I think is very key.
Yeah, definitely. The goalies come in here almost every week, getting their little taps in on the board.
But also you guys have the yoga studio, which you guys do some yoga, right?
Yeah.
Are you flexible?
We do. No. All right, so now we're in the yoga studio.
For you guys, like being flexible in any sport is obviously very important, but to obviously do it live and here with your team kind of puts you guys, at a next level, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, this looks a lot different.
New weight room in the bubble. More racks.
Nicer racks.
Yeah, nicer racks.
This place looks good. Obviously, I was working out with the team last year at this time. I got pretty juicy, I'm not gonna lie. The boys here at IMG Academy.
Always buzzing.
Get
always
after
buzzing.
it. What's it like working out with George?
It's fun, honestly. Me and George pretty much do the same way, so it's like never having to interchange anything. It's really fun. I like it.
Pretty fun. He lifts a lot for a boy his size. That's for sure.
What do you gotta say to George Caldroney? You got any tips for him?
He's just a little guy. He's a great dude, though. Love him.
You think George commits?
Ohio.
Probably like Princeton.
Give me Notre Dame!
Maryland. I think he's gonna go to Maryland.
Where do you think Caldroney commits?
Notre Dame for the red hair. 1, 2, 3.
How many resources does IMG Academy offer their athletes?
How many? There's a lot, which makes this one of the most special places to be a student athlete at.
I mean, I couldn't feel, any better with, the facilities, everything they have here.
We're getting a first-hand look at all of the infrastructure they have in place here for an athlete to come and develop. And like we mentioned, a kid like him who is a little bit undersized and is going to need to be as dialed in with his stick work. This feels like the place that, you're going to be able to do that with a ton of different resources.
Athletic performance development, coaches and staff that we have with strength and conditioning, nutrition, mental conditioning, leadership, being able to provide this to the student athletes is just a game changer in helping them grow as a player, as an athlete, to maximize their ability.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so this is the locker room.
This is the kind of underclassmen row. We got obviously guys over here, and then this is your locker.
This is my locker right here.
Whoa. We got the messiest locker?
No, my locker's clean.
Your locker, give us a rundown. What are we
Helmet,
rocking?
gloves up there, stick, jersey, chest pad, arm pads on the ground. You got these.
The catapult, huge. This is something We were at Ohio State.
Tracks how fast you run, how far you run.
Bang! The kid's rocking 1 this year. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good. Yeah.
Are we nervous at all?
No, not at all.
And now you guys are about to head off to practice. What can me and the fans expect during practice?
It to be really competitive. Yeah, we'll get competitive.
Okay.
It'll be fun though. It'll
Yeah.
be a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Level back up on them under here. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. One of the things that's most underestimated about this whole video is George is a 15-year-old sophomore. And you might think, oh, that's pretty normal. Not in the sport of lacrosse. In the last 10 to 15 years, we probably have not seen a true aged lacrosse player this good. A guy that's potentially going to be #1 in the nation is actually his age. I have absolutely no problem with kids reclassing or taking PG years. I'm in favor of it. Why rush out of the sport? But it's just rare nowadays. It's crazy to think the next big face in the sport of lacrosse is 15 years old.
Go. Bang! Oh my God, we gotta finish these. We gotta finish these. Yeah, good shot, good shot.
Here for George, you know, he's an upcoming recruit. What was it like when you first saw him play?
So for me, just knowing Georgie, how much physical talent he has, being around guys like Truett Sutherland, he kind of reminded me of a player like that, quick, shifty, maybe a little undersized right now, but trying to get that toughness. I think getting him against Deerfield, those big PGs and those big Jersey boys want to hit you. That's invaluable for him right now, and now he's taking. You saw what he did this summer, so he's still got a lot of room. There's no such thing as a finished product.
Yeah, there never is.
I think sometimes these guys think they're finished.
Yeah.
They ain't finished.
Oh my God!
I'm not going against George today. I don't want him to embarrass me on the cameras.
Yeah.
I swear on my life he said that.
That's typical Joss. Typical Joss.
The famous Mikey Sowers clip.
Yeah, I know.
22 Water Dogs jersey, but through the legs, the defender falls, you stick the shot.
One word to describe that young George for the PLL juniors.
Nasty. He's nasty.
It's pretty crazy. I didn't expect it to go that viral, especially because my mom took the video.
What was going through your head?
Nothing. I don't know, I practice it so much, I still practice it, and I was just like, why not? You know, the stakes aren't that high. If it doesn't work out, it's not like I'm gonna get benched or something, so it was fine.
That video, I just film George all the time, so that was just another George move. Like, he does that stuff in the yard literally all the time. I think just right after that PLL clip came out and they did the little press conference and he was so nervous, it was kind of a good lesson for him.
I think that was the first time where it clicked in his head that all that practice, then I pulled it off, and you're like, wow. It didn't change his life, but I think it was that first stepping stone to where you start realizing where hard work can get you.
Oh my God. Had that.
Some would say the only con of George's game is his size. What would you say to that?
I believe he has great spatial awareness, and that's what makes him so tough to defend at times. He's very great at knowing where to be, how to be there. He keeps his head up at all times, which really helps him out with the hits. Just that kind of game IQ that kind of keeps him away for some of those big hits. He knows how to move well. He can take a kind of hit. And the thing about George is even though he's kind of small in stature, he is very strong for his wiry body. And again, it kind of allows him to take a little bit of that pounding and still be able to play at a high level.
Maybe small, but he makes up for it. He's definitely pushing weight in the weight room, and he's shifty. Doesn't matter if he's small if you can't touch him.
I mean, speed kills. I mean, Georgie's got the speed. I mean, you look at guys like Sowers, obviously, he gets that comparison a lot. And he's at IMG, so he'll get, bigger, stronger, faster. So he's at a good spot right now.
Yeah, he's small, but I disagree. I don't think that stops him at all. I mean, every day at practice, he's going against the best, and he proves that he can play with older guys. He can play with guys that are bigger than him. So I don't think that affects his game at all.
Do you think he deserves the #1 rank in the 2027 class?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely, yeah.
I think he totally deserves that #1 spot, and I think he'll get it after the summer.
Yeah. Pushes a lot of weight, and he's super quick, super shifty. I hate guarding him.
Great player on and off the field. I think #1 spot.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know any kid his age working as hard as he does. He's putting up the weight in the weight room out here every day, and he's got a great stick. So
we're around him all day, grinding in the weight room. A little guy, but puts up a lot of weight, that's for sure. Then he comes out here, and he's one of the hardest working players in practice every day. So I think he deserves it.
Do you think you'll be ranked #1 in the class of 2027 this summer?
I can control what I can control. I'll work as hard as I can. I'll play as hard as I can. But yeah, it's definitely a goal for me. That would be probably one of my biggest accomplishments, it would be great.
One of the craziest comparisons of this whole video is George actually plays very similar to an IMG Lacrosse alumni, Pehlke Nandikow, number 6th ranked in the class of 2017, wearing number 1, and also one of the craziest high school lacrosse highlight tapes ever. Not from body, not from hype, but the way they play is so free and creative. The amount of freedom these guys have here at IMG is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated lacrosse things in high school ball. Coach Bass building this program from the ground up really shows if you come to IMG, you're playing your way.
How are we feeling?
For the activity.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready. Hello, Ivan.
What's up, big dog?
What's up?
You ready for class?
Yeah.
Is this your easiest class?
No, that's my hardest class.
What's it like sitting next to this guy?
Makes you smarter in class.
Is he the smartest one in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How does it feel to be in this guy's presence?
I mean, I feel the aura like radiating. It's crazy.
George and I are very different, but I think one thing that's interesting about George is he's a phenomenal lacrosse player, and he's one of the next big faces in the sport of lacrosse. How does it feel to have potentially an icon in the sport in coming years, and he's setting his foundations in AP World history?
Well, I'm going to make sure I have a shirt from him.
Yeah, you got to sign it. Keep that thing. It'll be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And like I said, the kid is nice. He wants to do well, hyper motivated. Like I said, when he makes a mistake, he wants to learn why and, like moving forward. That's very important. Like, that kind of functioning mind is good to progress ultimately in life, in sport. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to see him, on the lacrosse field one of his days.
Yeah, you got to come out. Maybe wear his jersey.
Yeah. Let's go, John. Come on.
Just another aspect here at IMG, they have an hour break and you can do whatever. So we're about to show you guys what they get into, golfing and fishing.
First swing, Big C, let's go. Where do you think it's going?
Straight into the lake.
Woo!
On the green.
On the green, look at that. Hackenberg. Ooh.
That was good.
That was pretty good. Oof, that was Slice McGee. Let me get a rep. You hold the camera.
All right, let's see.
Let's see how I can do it.
I haven't played golf in a long time.
Excuses.
Ooh.
Oh, that was way right.
That might be in the parking lot over there, folks.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught? Whoa! That's definitely making YouTube. Oh no! Oh. Look at this guy. Welcome to Fishing with the Caldroneys. George already lost his hook and we got the young Rick.
Oh, why? Bro, what is wrong with you? He just sucks at fishing.
Why do you have no hook and I have my hook?
I'm starting to think you guys don't fish too much.
No, we fish.
Alright, well. You got any tips for the fans on fishing?
Don't get stuck in a tree.
Who's the worst fisherman? You or George?
I mean, I just lasted longer, so
This is the villas. Give us a rundown.
This is a spot right off campus.
Does some of the IMG players live in here, but also like if travel teams or pro teams are coming to train here, they live in here as well?
Yeah, actually Odell Beckham Jr. lived in the house under me for a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
You got the lax cage?
Yeah.
100%. And this is you guys.
This is where it all happens.
Look at the helmets.
Every club team I've ever played for since I was a little kid. Got, Mad Dog up here, old IMG helmet, got the Water Dogs helmet up there, my brother's Chaos helmet up there, Massachusetts, you got every single helmet from our entire career up there.
Then obviously we got the essentials here.
Got the mini lacrosse with the Elevate goalie. And down there, obviously, if we want to get some extra reps, don't feel like going all the way out to the field, just bringing it to the driveway.
Okay.
All good. This is the room right here. Italian hat, gotta support the heritage.
Yep, I love that.
All my stringing stuff down here.
You're a big stringer.
Yeah, I've been stringing my own sticks since like 7th grade because my dad was tired of paying to get them strung at Lacrosse Unlimited. In like 5th grade or 6th grade when I was learning how to string sticks, that's when I bought all of those, like every single color.
Oh my god.
That's like when the neon green phase.
Yeah, that was
in
in.
the day. It was like $300. I'm still using the strings to this day, like 5 years ago. I'm gonna say helmets on the wall. Played with the field team, that was great. Also with the box team. This is a book I actually read, like one of the only ones I read on my own before.
What are your thoughts
Paul
on it?
Rabel. That's a cool book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like reading it.
And then coming over here, what do we got over here? We got a lot of action on this side. What's your favorite trophy or medal?
All of them are great. This one, that's like the biggest one. It's huge. I don't know how it's so big. And then this is like my entire life right here, like 2021, 2022. These are from when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, young buck.
This is right here. I actually used to do face-offs when I was little.
Really?
Yeah, this is back in the MLL days. Look at me up there. I used to take face-offs. That's when I lived in Boston.
Will we ever get this hair back?
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna grow it out anymore.
So what's your favorite pieces over here?
This is back in the day, World Series. I was captain. This was last year when I was a freshman. I got best underclassman, I think. Yeah, best underclassman.
What's the first piece of merch you ever ordered?
I don't remember. No. Christian has the goalie frogs.
Hey, let's go. Is that you and Cage?
Yeah, definitely.
Bing bong. It's the living room. Yeah, this is where football Sundays, you guys hang out as a family. What are we usually watching?
Usually watching football.
Okay.
Jets.
The Jets.
Yep.
You Jets fan?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite NFL player?
Jameer Gibbs.
Really?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Ooh, I like him. I like the Italian way.
Yeah.
We got the spread going.
We've got the spread.
We got the
We've
spread.
been picking on all day.
Always got the spread.
What's the cooking like from the parents? Do they do a lot of cooking?
She cooks a lot. Dad cooks every once in a while. It's really good every once in a while. But
What's the go-to meal?
George needs his steak.
He makes a good steak.
You like steak?
Steak, yeah.
We having a lot of family dinners on this bad boy?
Yeah. This is usually my spot right here.
You're the head of the table.
I'm the head of the table.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Or then Christian's on the bench. Just like on the field. Just like on the field.
You're a big cologne guy. Are you
Not
ladies'
really.
man?
I mean,
Why are you so big into your products?
gotta look good, feel good.
What's the process out of the shower look like?
Comb it back.
Yeah.
And then just go like that.
And then how about this thing?
Then
George,
you just
that
gotta,
yours?
you gotta hit a bunch of these. A bunch
Okay.
of those.
Okay, a bunch of those. Have you always had that hairstyle?
This kid called me Vector.
Vectors.
Vector right here. Tell me that's not Vector.
Oh my god, I love that.
That's
The big meat.
This is me. This is me right here. 2 New York strips, 2 Angus steaks. Wow. That's all you. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I've got the chicken nuggets over there. Can we need a taste test?
Pretty good.
What's awesome about getting chicken nuggets here?
Little childish. I love them.
Very special birthday, and on the count of 3, we got a very special.
Is it
song.
me?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Who said it? I had no idea it was me.
It's February now, and in 6 months on September 1st, George can start getting contacted by college coaches for the first time. How are you going to guide him?
It's funny because I really am new to this whole process. George is our first, so the only thing I know about September 1st is by watching your videos. I don't know, I might look to you to guide me, to guide him.
I just want him to be him. What I would tell him to do is be patient through the process. Enjoy it, let it happen, and it's ultimately his decision.
I think we've been laying the groundwork these last few months. Obviously, we know he's one of the high-level recruits. Working kind of the backside of things, just understanding what schools have the opportunity to recruit him, what schools he's looking at to kind of go to, and kind of setting up that plan for when that day comes. He's prepared, he's ready, and he has all the information he needs to kind of make a decision for himself.
The question of the year, where will George be committing?
I'm gonna go Johns Hopkins.
Harvard to Hempstead Turnpike, Hofstra University.
Kind of keeping my favorites to myself.
UVA.
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 Okay,
I think
interesting.
he's got that.
We've talked about it a little bit. I think he likes Princeton, he likes the Ivy League, he's a pretty smart kid. I could also see him at Notre Dame, he's got the red hair, so he fits in.
I don't know, I think one of the big 3, Notre Dame, Duke, Virginia. I could definitely see him playing at one of those schools who are always contending for national championships.
I think he would excel better at a smaller type institution, a place where someone keeps an eye on you, kind of keeps you in line.
Obviously, as a Rutgers University alum, that would be great to see him in the this red scarlet. But if that's not the case, as bad as it sounds, maybe right down the road to Princeton University to be our first IMG Lacrosse Princeton recruit would be great.
I'm predicting Princeton for the kid.
Okay.
He's a very academic kid, right? He's got high ceiling with everything, and I think it's going to be a really good spot for him.
I want George to go to Princeton.
Really? Why is that?
Because I want to go to Princeton and I want to go to school with him.
Yeah, okay.
Really, it's going to be where his family decide to go. He's a very high academic student, so it could be the Ivies, it could be one of the ACC schools, but the future will tell us.
I have a couple schools in mind that I would want to go to, but I just want to go somewhere that can compete for a national championship, but also be able to set me up for the future. And I just want to find a place that's right for me.
On September 1st, George Caldroney will be committing to